What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we're discussing the best teams in PvP, man. These are going to be the top 5, in my opinion, best teams for PvP. Can be either ungeared or geared. And I've compiled like a lot of this data from that influencer tournament. So shout out to Marilli. He was the one actually like watching through. So I kind of skimmed through a lot of the video. I got a gist of like what teams people were running. And, you know, also with the knowledge I have of playing, you know, global PvP, you know, I get the challenger every week. I don't do like any top 100 or anything like that. But I definitely do get the challenger because the week just reset, so I'm back in champion 1, right? But I get the champion 1 in ungeared, I get the challenger in geared every single week. So, you know, I have my fair share of knowledge in terms of PvP, in terms of teams. So, you know, we'll talk about it when we you know, get to the top 5 teams here. But before we actually hop into the video, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to 25k subscribers, man. At the time of recording this video, I'm at 22,300 subscribers on the YouTube channel. You guys have been showing an insane amount of support lately, and with that out of the way, let's hop into the video. Alright, so I have my top 5 list. And this is gonna be in no order, by the way, in no order, because any of these teams can be the best team in the game if you know, depending on the team you're facing. Really, that's what it kind of comes down to. It's kind of like a rock paper scissors type game in Grand Cross, man. If you have like a, you know, a team that beats this team, then, you know, you're gonna win, obviously. If you have a team that loses to a specific team, you know, that's basically just how it's gonna work. So I have this graphic here, so let's pull it up. Alright, so I put it up on the screen here. You guys can see. These are the top 5 teams, in my opinion, that are the best in Grand Cross. Obviously, there are substitutes, like in terms of characters for each team. So we're going to talk about that. That's why I had my team empty. But the first team here is going to be the Rimuru, Kyo, Lilia, Green Zelda's team right there. So the reason why that team is so strong is just because it's able to do so many, you know, it's able to apply so many debuffs. You have Rimuru for the infect, right? Like, it's just really strong, man. And I think in terms of like top tier teams here, this is definitely one of them, because no one's really running Green Meliotis and Scotty in the meta. So Kyo can go rampant, right? Kyo can definitely go rampant. In terms of like the team here and like characters you can switch out, you actually can switch out Kyo if you have Sario Link on Lilia. I've seen people run like Rimuru, Lilia, and then Ludo, like Ludociel. You could definitely run that. Where's my Ludo? Ludo. Yeah, like people run like this type of team as well. I've seen like a bunch of variants of the Lilia team, man. You run like this. You can take off Ludo, put Kyo back on, right? Let me get my Kyo. Put Kyo back on. You can take Rimuru off, put Trader Meliotis. Like, there are a lot of team comps that people be running, man, and like this team in general is just so strong because of the fact that, if you guys don't know, Lilia is going to be able to increase her damage with her passive here, you know, doing damage based on her max HP, and alongside that dealing you know, an additional 10% of the hero's max HP, like of the enemy's HP, right? And then also she gets 50% basic stats free just by having Kyo on the team. So, you know, in terms of like the overall team itself, this is definitely one of the stronger teams in Grand Cross, in my opinion, and is a team that's definitely going to stay like until maybe Green Meliotis gets a holy relic or Scotty gets a relic that makes him strong enough to compete. But until then, this is definitely going to be a staple team in the meta. Alright, the next team here is gonna be Alt Rush. So Alt Rush is a comp where a lot of people run, you know, a bunch of, you know, sweaty shit, man. I'm not gonna lie. They usually run Margaret, they usually run Deanne, and then they usually run like either Trader Meliotis or Elizabeth, and then they run Green Merlin backline for the extra gauge. And then obviously for the food, you're running ultimate move gauge food. So this is like the standard team. You know, as I was saying, you can swap out like Trader Meliotis for, you know, you can swap it out for Liz. If you have a 6/6 Rimuru, you can swap it out. You can swap them out for Rimuru. You can also swap out Margaret if you don't think you need the cleanse, which, you know, a lot of people in the meta right now are trying to stop like Alt Rush. So having Margaret on the team is a staple. And if you don't have like Margaret, a Blue King is a really good you know, option as well. And I like to run Blue King on the team if I'm doing that scenario too, because he can actually cleanse even Gother Seal, so like Fest Gother Seal, which Margaret can't. So you know, there's obviously different team comps you can run in terms of alt rush, but the standard gist of it is you have Diane being the main taunt unit, you have a cleanse character, and then a character with a really strong ultimate. So that's basically the gist of the team. And you know, it's super ignorant. It's you know, like, I don't know how to explain it, man. You just alt rush, you push an ultimate, you get someone's ult, boom, one shot them, move on to the next match. Like, it's just standard, man. A lot of people run alt rush, and I mean, fair play. It is a really strong team. When I like need to really sweat, this is definitely one of the teams I'll run, guys. It's a super sweaty team, but it works out because of how efficient it is in, like, you know, one-shotting opposing teams. And yeah, man, and obviously it does also require you to have higher dupes on your festival characters, specifically like Trader Melly, your Elizabeth, or like your Rimuru. But if you are running just like a really strong ultimate character in this slot or in this slot, you can make up for it. You know, if you have two characters with ultimates, like Margaret here is not going to do too much on her ult. Is mainly just for the block effect if you have her 6/6. But if you bring, like, instead of bringing Margaret, let's say you brought like Rimuru and Trader Melly, you could do double ultimate, and that would probably wipe the field even if you both weren't 6/6. Like, even if both these characters weren't 6/6, it's just at that point you do lose the fact of the cleanse. So, you know, it really does come down to what you prefer on the team in terms of alt rush, but that's, in my opinion, the best alt rush team right there. Alright, the next team on the top 5 list is going to be Purgatory Bond team. This is a super standard team. I'm not even going to pull up my my team building thing, because this is literally the exact team you would run anyway. You're running Purgatory Bond, Red Arthur, you know, Terry, and then you're running Twigo in the back. And that team is just so ignorant, man. You guys know Terry with the cleanse on his stance. You have Excalibur Arthur here taking the damage away. He also has Holy Relic, so where he's able to heal when he's like 10% HP or less, which is really strong. So he just gets a full heal, and then you can put a taunt back up. You know, Bond, you know, his Holy Relic, he gets an increased HP every time an ally dies. It's bro, this whole team is just like super ignorant. Like, and even a 6/6 Bond can definitely compete with all these other teams on the field here. I've seen it in the exhibition tournament that Merly was posting about, and a lot of people run this team still because, you know, they've had it built for, you know, the past year now. It's a really consistent team, and you know, the only time you really ever lose is if you just get really bad RNG on your Terry or Bond cards, if you're facing like a debuff team, or you know, your Bond isn't you know, 6/6, or your Terry's not really high dupe. So that's the, like, the main problem I see with this team is definitely whale heavy in terms of you know, dupes on like Terry and Bond specifically. But you know, it's definitely a team that you guys can run and is still very prominent to this day. Like, Bond doesn't really necessarily need an ultimate. Like, his attack cards themselves can do a lot. But you know, in terms of like top tier PvP, you definitely want like the higher dupe levels on the ultimates. But that team is still one of the better teams in the game, easily top 5 teams in the game, for sure. But yeah, moving on, we have the next team here, which is going to be the Goddess team. So this team can change a lot. I don't have Red Tarmiel personally, and you know, I would pull up my game, but there's not really much changing in this team. The only time you would really change on this team really is swapping Blue Tarmiel from the backline, putting green Zeldris backline, and then swapping Sariel for red Tarmiel. I've seen that team work. I've seen Dave run that team. I've seen that team in PvP multiple times as well. I mean, you can also run blue Tarmiel in the front as well in this slot, if you want like a super tanky frontline team, and that can definitely work. And you can have like a Zeldris backline with like green Sariel link on Liz. So there's like multiple ways you can run the Goddess team, and that's what I like about the Goddess team. It's a very consistent, strong team, you know, in general. Like, we having the clan, you know, having the basic stats increase on everybody, it's just a super strong team, man. So that's definitely one of the best teams in the game for sure. So you know, Purgatory Bond and Goddess team, definitely one of the better teams. And then we have this team right here, which is going to be the you know, Summer Merlin, Fest Gother, Red Tarmiel, Green Zeldris backline team. This team, I would say, is one of the better teams as well. So I actually saw this team one time on the exhibition match. I didn't see like this exact team specifically other than that exhibition match. But the thing is with this team, guys, is like, it actually clicked in my head when I was thinking about it. This team is so consistent because of Tarmiel's Holy Relic. If you guys don't know Red Tarmiel's Holy Relic, he basically has green Droll's passive where he alt seals the moment you get max gauge. So he's gonna be able to make it, alongside the fact that you have Summer Merlin here, alongside the fact that you have Fez Gother here, you're gonna make it so that they never get an ultimate and you're always keeping up the you know, the dissolves, or the, you know, the Fescoth, or you know, seals basically. That's what's going to be really strong with this team, and I think this is definitely one of the better teams because of that, because it's able to seal a lot of the meta. There's, you know, there's only like a few teams here that can kind of out seal themselves out of this team. Like if you run like a alt rush team, like one of these alt rush teams, but if you bring like Blue Skinny King, that can definitely counter this team. But other than that, like this team is basically set to just spam debuffs, man. And it's definitely one of the better teams in my opinion. Yeah, man, that's probably the gist of it. One thing I wanted to note as well is there's a few other like multiple different team comps you can run with this too. You don't necessarily need to run Red Tarmiel on the field. You can bring you know, like I've seen Elizabeth in the front work here. I've seen Trader Meliotis. I've seen a lot of different characters you can use in this Tarmiel slot that you can use instead of him. But he's definitely, I'd say, the best option because of what he's able to provide for the team, being that alt seal and also giving the whole team like the attack up. You know, he does a lot of damage. You know, in general, I think this is definitely the best version of the Summer Merlin Fescoth team. So yeah, you guys let me know in the comment section below if you guys think this is accurate. I think this is personally the top 5 best teams in Grand Cross PvP. Obviously, you know, the teams themselves can interchange in terms of the units themselves. You know, there's always going to be some type of a different like team comp, but standardized, like each of them is just you know, a different type of meta. We have debuff meta on the first one, we have alt rush meta, we have a Purgatory Bond team, we have Goddess team, and then we have Seal team basically. So this is like the in general top 5 teams, and I would highly recommend if you guys use any of these teams in PvP to use them, man, because they're very strong and it'll help you definitely push. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comment section below if you guys agree with my opinions here. Let me know if there's a PvP team that you think I missed that you could you know, definitely slot into here in terms of like running, and you think is going to be a super meta team in the future. So that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.